Hey everybody, how's it going? It's a beautiful day here in sunny Elk Grove, California. And I wanted to talk today about something that's kind of been on my mind for about 35 years, because I've been dealing with it just for that long. And I just got reminded the other day because I was with my granddaughter and somebody had walked up to me and said, "Hey dude, what happened to your arm?" Which has happened to me quite a lot. Now, most of the time it doesn't really bother me because, whatever. But sometimes I'm in a bad mood. Sometimes I just, and a lot of times it's children, and children never bother me. It's the adults, their parents, and so I'm going to explain things. One of the reasons that really inspired me to do what I do and what I'm doing is because I wanted to be able to give back to my country by helping wounded warriors deal with the adversity and the issues they're going with from coming back from serving their country and fighting for us, missing limbs and wheelchairs and all kinds of things, and so there's lots of things that I went through as a young person that I know they're going to be going through. So and it's kind of the same thing when I've had when people find out that I've been in over 100 street fights with a guy with one arm, and they don't understand, well, how could people, I don't understand why people would want to fight you and this and that. And it's like, well, you have to understand that there's people out there that are not very smart, not very good people, and it's so you have to understand that. Well, now going back to the children, it doesn't bother me when a child walks up to me and says, "Hey, what happened to your arm?" or something, or actually stares at you, because that happens quite a lot. Because I understand their kids are just inquisitive, they don't know what's going on, this is the first time they've seen someone missing a limb and so forth. But it's their parents' reaction. Let me explain to you what I mean. Now, a person who I would consider to be I guess for lack of a better word, a good parent, when their child walks up to someone like me, and I've had this happen a bunch of times too, and says, "Hey, what happened to your arm?" Or the child, I hear the child say, "Mommy or Daddy, that guy has one arm." And a good parent says, "Hey, little Joey or little Mary, whatever, it's not polite to stare at people. It's not polite, we're all different." And they give them this positive speech and lets them know what's going on. But I've had parents actually tell their kids, "Go ask him." And it's happened multiple times. One time I was at the cancer treatment center with my brother, and I was waiting for him because he's getting his treatment. And this lady who was there, I think she was there. Was there all the time, bringing someone there. I saw her all the time, and one time I saw her, she had her kid with her. And I walked by, and I hear the kid say, "Mommy, that guy has one arm. Why does he have one arm?" And I heard her, just as clear as day, go, "Why don't you go ask him?" And I'm thinking to myself, now, I don't care about the kid, but the parent, what is wrong with you people? Do you know how many of our young men and women are coming back missing limbs, and their head is not there? They haven't had it for 35 years, and you're gonna have your child. You're gonna tell your child, "Just go ask him what happened." Do you walk up to? Is that what you would tell your child when someone's obese or fat? "Hey, go ask them why they're fat." I don't understand that. I don't understand that. And it's happened to me so many times coming from an adult that I can't even tell you. Now, most of the time, it kind of depends on my mood. Sometimes I say, "Oh, it was a shark attack," and the guy goes, "Oh, dude, oh my God, a shark!" And I've had, all kinds. And sometimes I tell them the truth. Sometimes I look at them with like, "I'm going to rip your head off" kind of look. And so it just depends on my mood. But it really gets to me because I really understand what a lot of these guys and girls or men and women coming back from the war, I say guys, boys and girls because they're young, are coming back missing limbs, and the last thing they need is people staring at them, and people walking up to them, strangers walking up to them and asking them a very personal question like that. And my only advice to people that is, is you've got to be confident in yourself. And you've got to understand the limitations of other people. What I mean by that is there are some people that are just nuts. There are some people that are not very intelligent. Because let's go look at my friends, for example. I can't tell you how many friends that I have had and students that have met me, obviously, since I've had one arm. Now, I've got a lot of friends who knew me before, but a majority of the people that I know right now have known me since I've lost my arm. And nobody asks me what happened until I either tell them myself or until they've known me for a long time where they're comfortable enough to talk, where we can get in a conversation about it. And, that's how, it's just, I just, what it comes down to is I think it's the way a lot of people look at disabled people. It's almost as if, I don't know, some people, it's like our feelings or aren't, I don't understand. It's like I can't get into their head, because I would never do that to anybody. I would never walk up to a stranger and ask them why they are the way they are. And to me, I just don't understand it. So my advice to you is you can't worry about what other people think or say. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough at times. At times you're not going to want people staring at you. To this day, I don't like people staring at me. When a little kid does it, sometimes I just laugh because it's kind of cute, and a little kid's kind of inquisitive and wants to know what's going on, what happened to you. But, so my advice to you is you need to get within yourself and have this confidence in yourself and who you are, and be proud of the fact that you are somebody with a disability. Now, it's probably going to take a while. It's not going to happen overnight. Just like nothing happens overnight that's worthwhile. You guys came back from war. You came there, you went and did something that you didn't do before. You went to boot camp, and everything you did was something new, and you had to become a soldier. You had to become a sailor. You had to become whatever it is you wore. And this is the same thing now. You have to become this stronger person, this warrior that has a disability. So my message to the people out there is, teach your children positive things about people with disabilities. Don't let your children be afraid of people with disabilities. And also teach your children to respect people with disabilities, because we are human. And just because we have a disability, it doesn't mean that you can just walk up to us and ask us these really personal questions. And a lot, like I said, what really gets to me is I understand that there's so many of our young warriors out there that are coming back young, and and they're going through all this stuff physically, mentally, and emotionally, and the last thing they need is people staring at them. And now I know, like I said, for the children, I understand it, but really it comes down to the adults. You guys, you've got to understand that, people with disabilities have feelings, and they're human just like you are. And you people out there that are disabled, I'm going to tell you the same thing that I tell myself. I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell people that I personally mentor. I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell my students, is you've got to believe in yourself, and you got to not care what anyone else thinks about you. Number one. Okay? You've got to believe in who you are. And now you're disabled. Now you have a disability. That's not a bad thing. And what I mean by that is that's who you are. And who you are can never be a bad thing. Now you need to make the best of it. And I have news for you. By being disabled, you have an advantage over other people. Because most people get up every single day, and the things that they have to do, brush their teeth, get dressed, deal with society's issues, and all those things just come so easily to them. They come harder for you. And that hardness is the same thing like a martial arts. I get up and, throw 1,000 kicks, or soldiers have to run the hill with the M16 in your back. All these things, the hard things that you do, make you stronger. And that's what a disability does to you. It makes you stronger. So my message to you is you're already heroes. You've proven that you can do more than 97%. Remember, you're the 3%. You've done more than a majority of Americans ever could wish upon doing. in their life. You've already got the heart and soul of a warrior. Now you just need to take that energy and apply it to the new you, which means be as functional as you can as the new you. Okay? And be as confident as you can. And that's how you deal with the idiots staring at you and the rude people. And don't let me get you down, because the majority of people aren't like that. Majority of people aren't going to stare at you. Majority of people aren't going to treat you weird or different like that. And that's what's cool. But there are some stuff you're going to have to go through. And I'm telling you right now, just like anyone else, it's all up to you. You can't depend on other people. You can't depend on people being smart and cool. And you have to depend on yourself. That's who you have to depend on. Okay? And you've got lots of people to support you. You got other fallen warriors. You got people like me who are here to help you, because we understand what you're going through. And it's going to be a process for your whole life. I'm 55 years old. Lost my arm when I was 20. And I'm still going through a lot of the things that I went through when I was 20. Not as often, in a different perspective a lot of times, but they're still there. Nothing changes. It's just how you perceive it and how you deal with it is what changes. It's just like combat. I mean, the fact that somebody throws a punch at you doesn't change the fact that they threw a punch at you. It's what you do to the punch which is different. Are you going to let the punch hit you? Are you going to parry it? Are you going to destroy? Are you going to kick them in the groin? That's what I mean by it's up to you to reply to these people by being strong and confident in yourself. Peace out. Have a beautiful day.